What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the little life updates and the ups and downs of driving other people's vehicles, and the updates on the 408. And that's why I am recording right now, because I have another update. Got off work today, went out to my father's house to help him unload my brother's motor out of the back of his truck, because my dad picked that up today. He sent me a picture of it earlier while I was at work, and when I got there, he had already unloaded it. Go figure. Couldn't wait for help. It is what it is. Anyways, was gonna start working on it, and he was like, "Hey, me and the wife we're heading out to dinner. Don't really like you working on the vehicle by yourself when nobody's home, just in case something happens," which obviously is pretty smart, especially since I was going to be underneath the truck with it up on a jack trying to get the transmission out of it, because it's got a new transmission that's going in it. So he's like, "Here, come out here to the truck. I got a surprise for you." And I opened the door, and guess what? He picked up my heads for me while he picked up the motor. Doug got them all finished up. Got them all reflat again. Look how pretty that is. Man, oh man. He said they were pretty bad. They were twisted up pretty bad. So, yeah. That's the plan. Got our heads back. Just gotta get in the garage. Garage door's open. There, we'll give you another look at this thing. It didn't really have a picture that would do it justice, so this thing is so cool. Oh yeah. Time to get to work. Well, I was gonna get started on this thing, but I just got a phone call, and I am needed at the racetrack. My buddy called me. You guys know Jamie. He needs some help filming. They got the Mustang running, and I think they might have the Camaro out there too. They're going to do some test and tune. Since it's Friday night, National Trail Raceway's having a test and tune. We're going to go out there, and we're going to go see what they're up to. Well, I was going to film some stuff yesterday at the racetrack, but it got a little hectic. The timing system went down for about an hour and a half. They pulled up into the lanes to go make their runs, and we sat in the lanes for like 2 hours just waiting. So they only made one run apiece. Bryce's run went really well. Jamie's, on the other hand, you guys can go figure that out on your own. I don't want to spoil it for them guys, but let's just say it didn't go as planned. So I came home. By the time I got home last night, it was 11 o'clock at night, because when I got there, it was already 7:30, 8 o'clock when I got there. And then they went and pulled into the lanes at like 8:30ish. And by the time they got the timing system fixed and got all the cars ran in front of them, and then they made their runs, and then we left there, I didn't get here till 11 o'clock. And by then I didn't feel like doing anything, because I had to wake up at 6 for work. So I'm still tired right now, but we got to get stuff done. I went to the store a little bit ago, grabbed some WD-40, some rags, and a little bit of brake clean. We're going to clean everything up, and then we're going to start putting these heads on. Look at that, this side, all cleaned up. Cleaned a little bit of the dirt off the pistons. These are pretty bad. Well, not pretty bad, they were still pretty all right, but yeah, all cleaned up. These are all loosely in here. Got all those in there. That's what it used to look like, all dirty, nasty. Time to pull all these studs out and get this side cleaned up. All right, she's all cleaned up, looking good. The one thing I did notice, let me rotate it over a little bit. I'll get this piston right here to the top. I didn't like how much this piston moved. I know they're all going to move a little bit, but this one seemed to move a little bit more than the rest of them. But it seems to be okay. It looks like the rings are still in there doing all right, doing their job. All right, so a lot's happened in the last couple hours. I thought my head gaskets were messed up, so I went over to Doug's. I didn't record any of that just because it was either going to be go to Jegs to get new head gaskets or go to Doug's and see if these ones are okay. I went to Doug's. He said they were fine. So I brought them back, and when I got back, my brother was gone. He was riding his bike, but he's back now. His bike's back. But then something next to it, he bought off Amazon for like, I think like $250 or something like that. And it's a riding motorcycle. All we had to do, we just took it and put air in the tires of the gas station and put oil in it and put gas in it. And he just rode it down the road. What an idiot. No way. That's fucking stupid. Oh, yeah. So, after all those shenanigans, we're going to get back on this motor. I've already got the head gaskets laying over here. I have them cleaned up. I'm going to set you guys up. I got a new phone mount situation here. I'm using the thing I used when I raced my car, my window mount here, and I just kind of hung it right here, and that's what I use for my time lapse. And now I'm going to use it to talk to you guys with this. I think it should be okay. I should get my head in there. All right, we're going to throw these head gaskets on here. Actually, that's not really clean. Biggest thing is you want to make sure it's down on these dowels. I went to go put them on a little bit ago just to test fit them, and I had the dowels on the wrong sides because the one of them's at the top and one of them's at the bottom. That's one of these two right here. But you got dowels here and here. You gotta make sure you put those on right. So that's a key thing. Just clean them up a little bit. This side. And then as you guys can see, they look pretty good. I might wipe them off real quick. On the side, brake clean. Slide these old girls on there. Wow, it's been a few years since I've seen a can of brake clean like that. The old Super Tech. That's not good. God, these are terrible. Found the washer. At least I thought it was the washer. Nope, that ain't it. Dang it, I thought that was it. I'm torque these heads down, but I can't. I just can't. I can't do it without the washer. The only other option is to go to Dad's house. Torque your energy. Holy has today just been a day. First I thought these head gaskets were not going to be okay. Took them over to Doug's. He said they were perfectly fine. So I came back, started cleaning everything up. That's when you guys saw me clean everything up. Put the head gaskets back on after I cleaned the head gaskets up. Started sliding the heads on. Put the heads on there. They're sitting on here now, obviously. And then I started putting all the washers on because it's got head studs. Started putting all the washers on that go underneath the nuts, and I was missing a washer. So I started looking around. All the bags of bolts that I have that come from the top end of this car, or this motor, didn't have any in there, or didn't have any laying over here on this table. Nothing. One of them's gone. I don't know where it went. So I went over to Bryce's shop, Jamie and Bryce at G&G Automotive. They have 7/16 ARP Chevy head studs, not the same size. These are 1/2 inch. So those washers wouldn't work. Came back. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of driving. So my brother's never driven a stick shift before. And I was like, you know what? Hey, you want to drive my car? I'll teach you how to drive stick shift and you can drive out to Dad's house. So he did okay. I didn't record anything. Didn't want to put any more added pressure on him. Maybe next time when he drives it, and the next time I'll put him on film. So went out there, grabbed Dad's torque wrench, which I got right here. And he had an extra set of ARP head studs. Well, not even head studs, head bolts, brand new in the box. I stole one of the washers out of the brand new kit. It is what it is. He knows. He called me when he was racing. So, but yeah, now we're back. And we're back here, and I just put the nut back on with the washer. And now we're going to do the torque sequence. And the first torque sequence is going to be 40 foot-pounds. And then we're going to do these 40 foot-pounds. Then we're going to give it a little bit. And then we're going to retorque them at 40 foot-pounds. Give them about 2 or 3, maybe 4 minutes. Let them settle a little bit more. And then do 40 pounds again. And then let them settle. And then we are going to go from 40 to, I believe, 75 foot-pounds. Just like that, they are torqued 40 foot-pounds. We're gonna let them sit for about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this son of a gun on 40 and just see if it's turn her to 70. 70. All right, same thing. things are on there. We're gonna let them sit a little bit longer. Let everything compress a little bit better down in here. And then we'll do another retorque at 70. And then after we retorque them at 70, I accidentally grabbed the wrong torque wrench. And this thing only goes to 75 foot-pounds. That's on me. Like I said, this day's just been one thing after another. So, but seeing this thing start to go back together is making my day a little bit better. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to get this down in this truck. All right, so I didn't film it, but I just ran another 70 foot-pounds retorque on these, and they're fine. They didn't really move very much at all. Mainly the middle 6 are the ones that moved a little bit more than the outer 4, but we're starting to get this thing back together. I can't do anything valve train wise because I got to be able to get in here and get all these torqued. So we're gonna wait. If I don't pick this back up tonight from it being too dark in here, I'll pick this up in the morning. All right, well, it's definitely not the morning. It's actually 8:30 on about a day and a half later. Got busy on Sunday. Went out to the family's house today around noon. And then, as you can see, my truck's a little bit farther back than what it was the other day. We got a bunch of stuff cleaned out back behind it, so we can get it farther back. We got all this room up here now, so my brother can actually turn his bike around in a decent spot. But we went out to Dad's house to try and work on my brother's truck, and there was a couple things we still needed before we can even get started on it. So we didn't really get into that. I borrowed his other torque wrench, and this one actually goes to the 110 that we need it to. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna torque these down, and then if I'm feeling up to it, I might put the push rods down in it, and I might put these rocker arms back on it. Foot-pounds is a lot, especially when this thing's rolling around like crazy. But that's 110. They're torqued down. Them puppies are not coming back off there. Just like that, we got push rods. This is my least favorite part about these solid shaft rocker arms, is having to tighten them all down with trying to keep the push rods in the cup, because these aren't like normal push rods. Well, they are normal push rods, but I'll have to show you. They are, Mopar are weird. So they have, you got your typical ball down here, but then typically on, like, if you were to look at a Ford or a Chevy, both ends look like this. Well, Mopar's different, and they got these cups. And these cups, they have to sit in here. And it's really hard to get all of this stuff lined up, and all these balls and sockets and all these push rods and everything, getting them all lined up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. See if I can get these lined up and tightened down. I don't know if you guys could tell right there in that time lapse, but that's a chore. That is a chore, because you could have like this one in right and this one in wrong, and be tightening this right here, and this one gets stuck, and yeah, it's not fun to do. One thing I'm gonna do, or I'm gonna have to do, is loosen all of these guys right here and make sure that the push rods are actually in the sockets of each one of these lifters. That's that side, and I think we're gonna hit this next side right here. There it is. We got valve train. Some of these are definitely not in the center of these cups, but I just need to crack these loose. And what size are those? I'll just do that now. There we go. That scared me. I guess it went down in the socket. I guess they're all gonna do that. Yep. That's better. There's TDC. So, with this being a Mopar, you don't just turn it over until you get, like on a Chevrolet, it's a lot easier because you can just kind of bump it over until you get, the typical way is when the exhaust is going in, you adjust the intake one, and when the intake one is coming out and closing, you adjust the exhaust one. Well, with these, I actually had on my old car, on my Aspen, there was a fender tag that showed you, you start at TDC and you adjust like one and something else, and then you turn it over, you crank it 90 degrees. So the easiest way to do 90 degrees is you have a crescent wrench or a breaker bar or something that goes like this, and you just turn it over to 90, and then you adjust this one and this one, and then you do another 90 degrees, and then you adjust this one and this one, and then same thing until you get done with all 8 of them, or all 16. I don't have that door tag, so I'm gonna have to find that on the internet somewhere. So we got valve train, and it's all in place. All the push rods are actually in the socket. I moved all those, I loosened stuff up and cranked it over and put it all in its place. So yeah, well, I think we're just gonna call this a night. Make it look a little bit cooler. Here, I'll do one of these. Start to make it look like a motor. There. It kind of looks like a motor again. We're getting close. Like I said before, I just need to get the oil pan and the pickup for a Dakota, and then I need some headers, which I haven't decided which way I want to go with those. I really want to do long tubes, because I'm not 100% if I'm going to put full exhaust on this out the back and make it like where I can drive it on the street, or if I should just leave it open headers. I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet, because this thing sounds really good with open headers, and it also runs better without mufflers on it. So in my other car, this thing was going like, the fastest it went was 679, and without mufflers, and that was open headers, it went 679. I put the mufflers on it, and on a good day, it would run like 688, 689. On a hot day, it'd probably run around 692, 693. So it lost about a tenth and a half just putting the mufflers on this motor. I think it likes to just breathe. It doesn't like the back pressure from the mufflers as much as some other motors do. So I think I'm just gonna try and look for, well, not look for, I've already found the set of long tube headers that I need. I just gotta hit the guy up again and see if I can get me a set. And then from there, it's more or less just the little things, just trying to get this thing down in the truck and getting a cross member for it. They already make a cross member for the transmission I'm running for this year generation Dakota. So all I gotta do is get one of those. No real fab work involved with that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think I'm gonna go inside and take a shower and go to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. So I hope you guys are enjoying everything. It's gonna start picking up real soon. We're gonna get my brother's truck running, which I'll have that all on video for you guys. We'll get the motor down in it, and we'll get it running, and then this one's gonna be the next one we're gonna get running. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the likes, comments, subscribes, everybody's input. I've been trying to take it into consideration, what everybody's been telling me and what they would like to see and stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep trying to provide for you guys. I enjoy making these videos. It's actually a lot of fun. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Really appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.